Yes, you know how we start off each show. We talk about the promo that you might need. And if you need promo for me, it's only $100. You could be on all of my platforms. That's my X account, my Facebook account, my YouTube community, my Instagram stories, and my Threads account for only $100. I'll promote whatever you need. It could be your book, your YouTube, your music, whatever it is. I can promote it across my platforms. Hit me up at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. And if you want to know how to get interviewed on the channel, hit me up as well. Listen, and the Facebook is growing. Facebook.com, Doggie Diamonds Facebook. Make sure you follow the page. I know this is impromptu, but let's go. Whatever happens, happens. I don't know if that verses is tonight, but I'm not watching two dudes sing to each other. I don't care about no dudes singing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joe and Donnell Jones, though. That ain't my thing, though. I ain't with all that. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yes, shout out to the audience. I just did another show on another channel, but sometimes we gotta work over, double, triple time, you know? We gotta outwork ourselves, you know? I'm only in competition with me, so we gotta outwork ourselves. I need them likes up, though. Shout out to EC in the building. Nate Jackson, I see you. Yes. What's your name? Hold on. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. Shout out to you, Iceberg Slim. Yeah. Yes, we got to do 2 lives. We got to do 3. We got to do more. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the supporters. Shout out to everybody who tune in, man. Without y'all, I wouldn't be doing this, can't be doing this. I just be talking to myself. I ain't gonna hold y'all long, though, I promise. This is just one of them want to grow on shows. You know what I mean? I need y'all to see this. Ronald Bull, I see you. J Sweet, I see you. SGZ BWB, that's family right there. Shout out to you. Brooklyn in the building, always. Young Earl TV, I see you. Yeah, LB, what's up? Okay. When do I change the beat? I made this beat too long. I thought I changed it a little earlier. Yeah, just hit me on at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. This might be my first single too. I'm not sure. I'm going through it. You know what I mean? I don't know what's my first single. I think I changed it right here. This is the change right here. There you go. Yeah, see, I gotta rearrange this. I gotta sequence this different. But y'all, I'm ready, y'all. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
That was offbeat. That was offbeat. I should never be offbeat. What's up, y'all? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. I just came from the Interlude TV doing a Family, Friends, and Foes show. If you don't know about that show, make sure you go to the Interlude TV, my other channel, and check out that show I do with my cousin. You know what I mean? And it's a lot going on. We got the Keefe D trial that's going on. I know a little bit about that, but I don't really be knowing West Coast stuff sometimes, so I be kind of out the loop. Although it involves us because it's dealing with one of our beloved artists, Tupac, and then also some Biggie shit is in there too. So I'm, watching what I could watch. But it's like watching a Vlad TV interview, right? So I was just like, we saw all this shit already. We know all this. Whatever. But something happened that's Brooklyn. And if you know anything about me, I don't really like New York City or New York City issues. And I don't like Brooklyn on Brooklyn issues at all. But it's one issue that took place. Jane Doe, I appreciate you. It's one issue that took place and it's involving Memphis Bleek and an artist by the name of Geda K. Geda K is my bro. You know what I'm saying? I know Bleek, but Geda K is my bro. Living Proof is my bro as well. And they were both former Get Low artists. And Memphis Bleek and Proof sat there, because we call him Proof. His name is Living Proof, but we call him Proof. Proof sat down and explained to Proof why the Get Low situation didn't work. Because Memphis Bleek had Get Low Records and he had a few artists on there. and Geda K, the Coldies, H Money Bags, and Geda K was a group called the Coldies. Now, I know Geda K because I used to record Geda K in my studio. Good dude, talented. But I never really understood what happened with Geda and why didn't that situation flourish. I will honestly say I've been around Geda K a lot. Like I said, I recorded some songs for him. He used to come to my crib and, and record. And he never said nothing bad about Jay-Z or Bleek. He never spoke about what happened with the situation and why it didn't work. And reason why that's important to say is because this is like 2009, 2008 or something like that. So if he had an issue, I would have think back then he would have aired shit out. I need them likes up too, man. You got to hit that like for me. And he never did. He just came there, was working on his project. Shout out to Man. Man was my homeboy Man from my hood was managing him, doing some work with him. And they just came and recorded and he did his music. That was it. We kicked it. We talked about rap. He let me know his affiliations. He's related to some people that, I don't know if they put that out there publicly, but he's related to some people from my hood. So, we all know each other. And he just recorded his music. And he was doing a mixtape and I had a mixtape idea for him. And that was it. But he never was like, yo, F Bleek. He never did that. He didn't talk about them at all. He was just working on him, doing his thing. Then I didn't see Geda for a while. And then I seen him on IG. And I'm like, oh shit, that's the bro. You know what I'm saying? I see he's still rapping, still doing his thing. He been dropping music, dropping freestyles. When the Upstate in New York thing came about, he jumped in it. He did some great freestyles. And this is his actual page right here. So if you're wondering where he's at, this is Geda K. He was on the Junior Mafia album too, Stepping the Realms of Junior Mafia. I think he is on that song. Is that Geda? I think he is, man. Oh, I'm tripping. I know he's on Marcyville, definitely. But this is my guy right here. And he's just still rapping. He just dropped something called the Five Boroughs. And he's been doing his thing. He's a former Roc-A-Fella affiliate. And one thing that I noticed, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, Geda was always supporting Memphis Bleek's podcast. Anything, when Bleek started this podcast, although Geda doesn't have the following that he probably is once gonna have or he's gonna get, he always supported Bleek. He always posted Bleek's podcast clips or whatever all throughout his page. But he do him, you know what I'm saying? He do him. And I never heard him. If I scroll, you're gonna see mad Memphis Bleek stuff because, that's his guy. They from Marcy. You're gonna see a lot of Bleek stuff. If I keep scrolling, you're gonna keep seeing Bleek. The disheartening thing about that is Geda's out here still rapping, doing his thing, but I never seen Bleek post him. Just my observation. I never seen Bleek post him. But he once was supposed to be on Bleek's label. So Bleek just did a podcast with Proof explaining why Get Low didn't work. And I can say that Geda wasn't jacking the narrative. He wasn't jacking the response or why Bleek said Get Low Records didn't work. And Geda spoke out. And I got it from my homie Stacks Vuitton page on Facebook. And this is what Geda had to say.
Tell him what happened to Get Low. Tell him how he sat in a room with Dame Dash and he told you, yo, Bleek, do you want this Get Low label for real, Bleek? And you said, yeah, Dame, what I need. He said, give me Geda today. I'll sign him to Roc-A-Fella Records and you'll get $1 million and Get Low. You didn't say nothing. Dame left the room and said, Geda, that's why I wanted you to be here to see this. I left this studio and never came back around you niggas again. Stop fucking frauding, my nigga.
So Bleek gave an explanation of why Get Low didn't work. And he said it was due to the Roc-A-Fella breakup. Long form of this explanation of Geda, he was explaining how Get Low, and he was around before State Property and Dipset. So how didn't it work, and why did the breakup lead to Get Low not working if he was around before the breakup was even going to take place? But this is Geda K.
Told you, yo, Bleek, do you want this Get Low label for real, Bleek? And you said, yeah, Dame, what I need. He said, give me Geda today. I'll sign him to Roc-A-Fella Records and you'll get $1 million and Get Low. You didn't say nothing. Dame left the room and said, Geda, that's why I wanted you to be here to see this. I left this studio and never came back around you niggas again. Stop fucking frauding, my nigga.
Reason why this is important to me, and reason why I'm even covering this, is because this industry is filled with a lot of broken promises, lies, and people who make up narratives and make it look like, you know, Geda might have been a fuck up or this person might have been a fuck up. When I always talk to y'all about leadership, and it's gonna resonate with y'all one day. Bad leaders will fuck up the whole situation. So if according to Geda, if Dame says, yo, do you want this Get Low label? And he says, yeah. And he says, give me Geda. I sign him to Roc-A-Fella and give you $1 million, and you don't make it go forward. That's not cool. And I'm saying this allegedly because we don't know this to be the truth. But according to Geda, and Bleek, you got to respond to this. And that's one thing I don't like about this culture too. When dudes be having accusations on their head and it be real shit and they think that they don't have to respond or they too big to respond. No, nobody's not too big to respond to anything, because if it's out there in the universe and you are facing certain accusations and you might have messed with people's life, you got to say something. Because if not, you a scumbag. Straight like that. If not, you a scumbag. Because I always wanted to know what happened to Geda K. What happened? I know H got locked up, but Geda was nice. And we just never knew what happened. So when he was around me, he never kicked dirt on their name. So for him to do that, what he just did, I know he fed up. And what I don't like about situations like that is that people will look and say, oh, he mad, he bitter, he this, he that. But who's not gonna be if you feel like people played with your fucking life, for one, and then they lie about what happened? I'd rather somebody say, or Geda probably rather niggas say, yo, I didn't want to fuck with Geda no more. That's what it is. You got to accept that. But when a nigga say why something didn't work and it's a lie, that shit is not right. Because when we think we getting deals and we get in situations, rather when they think they getting deals and situations, you think your life is about to change. You're around Jay-Z. You're around all this greatness. You're from the soil. You're from Marcy. And then you disappointed, and everybody's life move on. Your life stands still. And then a lot of times as you try to navigate, people look at you like, why your own mans don't fuck with you? And what are you supposed to say? So if we dealing with shit, damn near 17 years later, you're like, yo, niggas is lying. And this is the thing with the culture. It's been lies that been going on in this culture for so long. It's been lies that's been going on in this culture for so long that niggas start believing the truth, and it's a lie. And again, Bleek, I think you owe Geda a conversation. Because real talk, I want to know. What happened? I'd rather a person say, yo, you a fuck up. Remember you did this, that, and the third, but the way dudes be doing dudes in this shit and then be saying that they thorough, it's not really cool. Because dudes be ghosting dudes like women. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's certain shit, real talk, that a lot of dudes supposed to go up in your mouth for. Just because that's why, you know, me personally, just me. I can only speak for me. I don't take promises from men. I don't want nobody doing nothing for me because no expectations, no disappointments. Because I just already know when you're in a situation, you start shining too much, dudes always try to find a reason why they don't want to fuck with you. And I realize when somebody see the pot of gold over there, it might be somebody standing next to the pot of the gold and they say, yo, I'll give you this pot of gold, but I don't like your man. And people won't even advocate for their people. They'll be like, oh, word? Well, fuck them then. That's what this industry consists of. Dudes that just lead their people. But the people you start with is the people, even if you don't finish with them, don't be lying. Don't be lying. So what's happening, and the reason why I'm saying this to y'all, mark my words, this is gonna start a trend of people starting to say, yo, niggas fucking lying. And that's what I've been doing since I came into culture. I could be honest with you and say that nobody has ever took a situation from me. Nobody has ever promised me a deal, or I've never been signed to nobody or anything, and no weird shit happened. So I can't really relate to certain things because I've always been a do-for-self person. But when I speak, sometimes people be thinking that I'm speaking for myself, but no, I gotta speak for people like Geda, because he don't have the voice or the loud enough voice to be heard. And then people will look at him and say, yo, this, that, and the third. You get what I'm saying? And it's Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? It's Brooklyn, and it's somebody that I personally know. Now, it's not a slow news day because I was on top of your moms all day. So after I got off your moms, I jumped on the net. That's what it is. That's really basically what happened. But again, this is what happened to a lot of talented people. We ask what happened to people, and then there's some people that want to move on with their career, but then some people make it difficult for them too. Because remember this, if some people say, yo, I don't fuck with such and such, then other people not going to deal with you either. So if you're not going to rock with me, don't put in a bad word for me either. I'd rather somebody just say, yo, oh, nah, we cool. We just doing other things. Some dudes be like, oh, nah, I don't mess with him, this, that, and the third. And people be like, damn, I only really rocked with them because of your cosign. Now I can't get that cosign. I'm telling you, it's going to be a shitstorm because I know of a lot of rappers who's kicked out the whip, who niggas don't rock with them, niggas ghost them. Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. And it's going to be more dudes that come out the woodworks that you're going to be like, damn, what happened? And they're going to start telling their truth. And you can't sit up on this big, think you on the throne and you too big to respond to shit. Yo, people going to start telling their truth. For real. People going to start telling their truth because you open up the door. You open up the door to say this didn't work because of this, and the nigga got the right to say, yo, you lying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got the right to say you lying. You know, so like I said, I rock with Geda, my dude. I've shared Geda content. You know what I'm saying? I share his content, and all I said to him was, bro, just keep going. But you know, yo, real talk, man, I see I see this industry take the life out of people. I think that's where the empathetic person comes from. I seen this shit take the life out of people, and people be almost gloating knowing that they took somebody's dreams, goals, and aspirations away from them, and they just move on to greener pastures, but then they leave like the land pillaged and they just be okay. I don't know. I just, maybe I'm just a different person. You know, maybe I'm just a person who always want to see everybody do well. That's fucked me up, you know what I'm saying? But I think Geda owns, well, I think Bleek owes Geda a public conversation. Because I knew it'd get low, just like you had the Carter faculty. The fuck happened to the Carter faculty? Listen, Wise P, that's my guy. Half, the Rangers, the Rangers got one of the dopest songs ever with CeeLo Green. One of the dopest songs ever. Shout out to you for the super chat. You said Bleek probably didn't want to give up his artist, though, and Geda sounded like he was saying he didn't want to hear nothing else. I don't blame Geda, but I'm not sure if it's Bleek, if I fault Bleek, but he shouldn't have lied. Right. The Rangers, that record featuring CeeLo Green, one of the dopest, one of my favorite Primo beats. Thank you for that super chat too. And then, let's not forget Celebration. Wise P verse on Celebration. Crazy. So it was little records, labels that came out of that situation that didn't work. And we just wanted to know what happened. And you know, you got Wise P doing his thing. Shout out to him. That's the bro. And dudes go on to do their thing, but when you open up the book and you start trying to write the pages in the book, somebody got the right to say you lying. And when it happens, yo, that's it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm happy that he gave Proof a conversation, but that's a conversation you got to have with Geda as well. And the reason why this is important too, because Bleek now is a podcaster, right? When you sit in this seat and you're going to give your opinion on a culture and you from the culture, somebody going to say, that ain't how that happened with me and you. And you gotta, all these niggas is figuring out what I've been dealing with for 20 years. So for everybody who's been mad at me over content or interviews or whatever, I'm glad that they get to see what I was doing and what I was dealing with. They might still be mad, but at the end of the day, now they see people mad at them for certain shit. And it's like, yo, it's a part of the culture. Everybody gonna have their version of what happened. You know what I'm saying? But the Rangers, that's like one of the dopest records ever. I think they was like one of the first people to get CeeLo singing on some shit. First of all, Wise voice is crazy. Like I said, Wise P, incredible. You know what I'm saying? But we had the Carter faculty, a lot of broken promises in this shit. And I know it's easy to say sometimes, because I'm in agreement with that, to say, yo, it's been 20 years. What the fuck you ain't do in 20 years? And then, yo, sometimes, man, I seen this shit. Like, real talk. Shout out to Chico from Junior Mafia. Rest in peace to Chico from Junior Mafia. That's word to everything I love. After Big met his untimely demise, because I hate to say somebody passed away. People pass away from sickness and ailments. Big didn't pass away. He got taken off here. So I don't like saying pass away, but after Big got assassinated, I feel like Chico was never the same. I feel like Chico was never the same. And I think in this industry, you see people have such highs, right? But them lows is lows, and then people start drinking and smoking and turning to all types of vices to cope. And this shit does a lot to you psychologically. That's why I be fighting for dudes, and I'm always gonna speak up for dudes. And like I say, I haven't been through a lot of shit that they've been through as far as people not doing right by me. Again, I've had partners who didn't do right by me, but shit, I've always landed on my feet, because I was the mastermind behind a lot of shit anyway. So I just mastermind something else. You get what I'm saying? But for a lot of dudes, and you got to remember, dudes was young. You know what I'm saying? When you get promised something, or you get right there, and then the door slam on you, what happened? You know what I'm saying? So for anybody who's just coming in the room, again, Bleek did a podcast where he explained what happened to Get Low Records. Geda K happened to be a part of Get Low Records. And Get Low Records never went anywhere because according to Geda K, Bleek didn't want it to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I want y'all to follow him. I want y'all to support him because he drops a lot of dope freestyles. He really is from Marcy soil. He really is my guy. You know what I'm saying? And yo, he really is talented. You know what I'm saying? But this is him on stage with Jay-Z. Like I said, he got a new joint called Five Boroughs. And just support, you know what I'm saying? If you like anything that he did before, I know the music industry is really about what have you done for me lately, and you ain't this and you ain't that. But you know what though? Sometimes, we gotta just, even if you say, yo, I like your old record, that's cool. And it's a lot of people. I feel like really JM ain't get they just due too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Junior Mafia, but that's my hood. Whatever went down with Undias and the entertainment, because left entertainment, started Undias and started with Cameron and Charlie Baltimore. But they was still on Atlantic. Junior Mafia, Little C's and Little Kim was like in limbo, but they came into the culture with Un. Un went to do something different and they didn't go with him. Shit, I think even Dutch and Spade was on entertainment. They had that Baby If You Want It, fire ass record too. Remember that shit, Baby If You Want It? I thought I ain't gonna front, I thought Primo did that too. That was a dope record too. So I mean, yeah, it's just a sad situation, and I just wish more people got their just due. And if it's their fault, then it's on them. If a dude has been lazy, if a dude has did certain things, but at least give people the conversation. Because even with me, like I got people that I was around. I got family members that I did music with. I didn't start in this by myself. And I had big dreams for everybody, but then the dreams got derailed by many different things. And it wasn't my fault. To whereas, real talk, I tell y'all all the time, I suffered a nervous breakdown. Like I was in a fucking nut house. Just being real and transparent with y'all. Because this is all I knew. This is all I knew my whole life. All I knew was getting up, making beats for 16 hours every day. And then when you do that every day for years, you giving out free studio time, you recording people for free, you giving out your beats for free, for somebody to one day have the power to say, yo, none of that shit ain't worth nothing, fuck you. But then you empowered them to get where they at. You're starting from scratch because all you know is what you know. Right? And when we from these hoods, and when we from togetherness, all we know is each other. But then there come a point where somebody say, yo, I'm doing this over here. I don't care what you're doing. But, you know, if you dedicated your life to somebody and you was like, yo, you know, all of us got this tattoo. You get what I'm saying? Like, this shit mean a lot to me. It's the only tattoo I got. You get what I'm saying? So when people have the tattoo and then they just be like, yo, fuck that. What do? Do you erase the tat? No. That's why I owe myself my album, because I should have been did certain things, but I didn't want to leave my people. Till one day you wake up and all your people think they doing something better. Then by the time they try to spin the block, you like, nah, you can't spin the block because I'm not a boomerang. You throw me away, I don't come back. You get what I'm saying? And that's just real. But in the hood that we from, this rap shit, this entertainment shit, it broke up a lot of friendships, families. You know, it really did us. And then, damn, we was doing music to get out of the hood. We was doing music to have fun. We was doing music because we loved it. And I don't know what the fuck happened. It's like, it ain't no love in it no more. Ain't no fun in it no more. You know, dudes will scroll right past they man post, won't like it. This shit really did a number on a lot of friendships, brotherhoods, and business. This shit did a lot to us. And then you are right in the chat. Memphis Bleek came out with Warehouse, where he had Casanova and Manolo Rose. I don't know what happened with any of that. I don't know what happened with Manolo Rose. You know, so it's like, if you sign to somebody and you fuck with somebody, and then, you know, you like, they doing this, and then now they like, oh, I do a podcast. You like, what happened to the music? And it's easy for you to just do you. But that's if you got that in you. See, me, like I said, I'm a natural born leader. I'm just a natural born person that I don't rely on nobody for anything. But I'm not going to act like I haven't. I learned. You get what I'm saying? I learned that, yo, you better not depend on nobody. Because shit, if you could be, and this is the thing that we don't talk about enough. And betrayal is deep. Yo, betrayal is deep. And I think betrayal has different meanings to people right now. People will actually betray you on some shit and be like, act like they didn't. Now, I've done things in my life, and I've said things in my life that it was under no malicious intent, right? So if I did something to somebody and they could say, yo, bro, this, that, and the third, I'll be like, yo, my bad. Because I definitely didn't mean that like that. So if it appeared like that and it seems like that, then that's my fault. But I don't know what happened to I don't know. Like I still could look at people and be like, yo, that's my bro, but sometimes it's just no reciprocity in that shit no more. It's just people who just like, yo, I gotta do me. You know, shit, I used to have like 40 dudes in my crib. And all I really cared about was everybody rap dream. You know, like giving out all this fucking free music I was doing music for everybody recording. I never got shit for none of that. All I got was an experience. And then people acting like I'm the bad guy after a while. And I'm like, yo, hold up. Like, just think about just, so when it comes to that shit, that's why I just gotta be me and just do me. Cause it's like, yo, I don't even know what dudes is in this shit for. That's why I did the show the other night. And again, sometimes I do shit, it doesn't really resonate with everybody. The people that it resonate with, I'm glad that I get through to y'all. Because a lot of people like the ritual of this music shit. People like the fact that we could get together, we could drink, we could smoke, we could talk shit, we could watch, at one point it's watching World Star, watching Forbes. We could diss people, yo, he ain't really that nice. Who got more money? We love all of that shit. Dudes is like a reason to get around and be around other men. And see me, I'm too motherfucking old to just be hanging around a bunch of dudes acting like I did when I was 17. I've been in the music industry since I was fucking 15 years old. I'm not gonna act like I'm 15. I don't have time to get up with a bunch of men and shoot the shit if it ain't no content coming from it. The content is not even doing songs no more. The songs coming out is the content. I don't want to do all this recording. I don't want to do all of this, yo, we cooked last night and we was together. Shout out to everybody. Shout out, thank you, Brown Burner, for that super chat. I don't want to be like, yo, we cooked last night. We made a banger. I don't want to do that because niggas is too old for that. Everybody got families. Everybody got their personal life. Everybody got shit that you should be taking care of. And if you're going to leave that to be around a bunch of men and sit around a bunch of men to be non-productive, but you think the productivity is the ritual, you think the rolling of the weed, the getting the liquor, the getting the ice, the getting the cups, the making calls, the sitting on FaceTime, the IG, that's the most minuscule part of the business. And I think a lot of people is in it for that, to say that they're doing it, but they don't really want to be successful, because if you are, you're going to put the fucking music out. You're going to put the music out. Win or lose. Because you being able to drop your music is a win. Win or lose. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Right? You don't know what's going to happen. You said, Doggie, that's what I'm saying. You have to open your platform up to younger artists. Respectfully, don't say that to me, because you do not know what you're talking about, because you wouldn't even know some of these artists if it wasn't for me, because I interviewed a lot of them first, and I'm not going to run down the names of people that I interviewed when y'all was telling me I interview nobodies. And you don't see no other platform interview people you don't know. It might be a few, but the major platforms that got all this marketing dollars and all these deals and all that shit, they don't open a platform for nobody. And I've been doing it from day one. So we're not going to do that. Please do a little bit more research on me. Please Google some names, and you're going to see that I interviewed them before you even knew who they was 10, 15 years ago, and I went through hell for that. So don't tell me I got to open my platform up for younger artists, because that shit is just cap. That's cap. I've been doing it. Straight like that. So, I'm not even going to go there with that. That's because I could run off the names of the people that you saw here first. Shit, who was going to give Ali Vegas a chance? Fetty Wap, Dave East, Benny the Butcher. I could show you content of somebody. When I interviewed Benny, somebody said, yo, you always interviewing Z-list rappers and has-beens. 3 months later, Benny was one of the big motherfuckers. But nobody will come back and say, yo, we was wrong about that. You get what I'm saying? So, whatever. You just might not know. You might just not know. But this is for y'all, though. This is why I'm doing this show. This is for y'all. It's about Bleek. It's about Geda. They'll work whatever they got to work out. But this is about y'all. And I like to tell y'all, put a lot of faith in you. Put a lot of faith in yourself. Put a lot of faith back in you. Take your power back. Nobody can help you. Nobody's gonna help you be better than them. If you go out with a homie and he think he the man, and more girls gravitate towards you, or he think he the man and it's all about him, and you got a chain bigger than his, he not fucking with you no more. That's when they start saying shit like, never outshine the master. But another man ain't my master. And you thinking you bros, but a lot of times, that's why I keep telling y'all, the warped sense of reality that we dealing with right now, what you know as a bro, what you know as the homie, shit is weird. Shout out to my man Gat Murder in the situation right there, the Brooklyn way. Make sure you subscribe to his channel too. That's my bro Gat right there. You know what I'm saying? The Brooklyn way, 718. And I said, they gonna work out what they work out. But Gat, what I'm trying to explain to people as well is that, you know, you gotta do for self now. It's just where you at right now because, and I want to say this too, this is important. A lot of people that you think got it figured out, they just like you. You know how many people right now that you think is in a power position or in a great position, they don't know what they doing next. They didn't figure it out just like you. So don't let the perception that you see of somebody got something going on that they're better than you or they got it all figured out. A lot of people are trying to find a pivot right now. Don't ever think that you are lost, that you like, damn, I don't know. Because a lot of people don't know what to do because look how the music industry shifted on people. The podcast game, that's going to be oversaturated soon to where only certain people going to be able to get, you know, attention in that. It's happening now. So everybody's trying to pivot to their next thing. Don't ever think niggas got it figured out. Because niggas don't got it figured out. Niggas trying to figure it out. You get what I'm saying? Niggas trying to figure it out too. So don't ever think like, damn, I'm fucked up. I don't know what's going on. Yo, he got this, he got that. Yo, don't let that perception make you think it's reality. Because you'll start seeing niggas do all types of shit like, damn, when that nigga started surfboarding, you're going to start seeing niggas surfboarding. You're going to start seeing niggas doing all, you're going to start seeing niggas cooking. You're going to start seeing all kinds of shit. And you be like, damn, when the fuck he start doing this? Because the money is dry and niggas doing whatever they got to do to survive. Everybody's in survival mode. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people is in survival mode. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't feel so down. Don't feel so crazy that you trying to figure it out as well. Because a lot of people is trying to figure it out. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people trying to figure it out. So don't think that everybody got it figured out. Nah, you'll see a motherfucker. Look, think about this, right? And you can notice this with let's say women. You know a lot of women that you've seen over the years and you know them. You look at how Halle Berry's starting to wild out. Look at Halle Berry. She like starting to be all like flirtatious and sexual now. Look how Nia Long started talking about giving up boxing, all that. You see some women that you know, now they got OnlyFans. Motherfuckers trying to figure it out. Because if you really up, you won't do certain things. If you really had to figure out, you wouldn't have to stoop that low. So don't be ashamed if you got to do Uber, if you got to do different things. Do not be different. Don't be ashamed that you've got to figure it out and do this. Do what you got to do what you want to do. Don't be ashamed of nothing. Don't be like, yo, I got to do this. Yo, I'm going to have to get this job. Don't be ashamed because I don't job shame nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you're a rapper and you doing what you got to do to fund your career, if you want to do a podcast and you going to work to get your equipment, do what you got to do, man. Stop letting impoverished people tease you and clown you about poverty. Because everybody's $100 away from being homeless. Because if you on a fixed income, that rent go up $100, you can't afford it no more. So what you gonna do? You understand? So yeah, man, don't. This is what I'm saying, man. Like, do as much as you can for yourself. Try to build a strong foundation, but remember, your foundation is you. Shit, you wash cars when you off? But this is the thing with me though, right? I love hustlers. I love, you wash cars? Shit, I need my car washed. You need this? Huh? Because if I pay you for this and you pay me for that, the money stayed within us. We might have only made a $10 profit, but the money stayed with us. And then the deeds got accomplished. So I got my car washed, right? And I gave you promo for your car wash. So I gave you promo for your song. That's what community is. But we forgot that you can't just hit a nigga and say, yo, do this for me, but you ain't got nothing in return to offer me. Because that's called trade. Even we watch sports. Yo, we gonna send them over here, but we gonna need 3 niggas for this one nigga. All of us have a genius level talent. All of us have a skill. Some of us are good at graphics. Some of us are good at rap. Some of us is good at music. Unfortunately, I don't need nobody for shit. So when niggas be like, yo, I'll be like, yo, that's cool, but I'm cool. And my problem is that I'm just a micromanager. And I don't like promises. And I don't like people blowing smoke and bullshitting me. So a lot of times when you think somebody gonna do something, when niggas be like, yo, I'll get to it later. No. I need to be priority. You get what I'm saying? I need to priority because I work every day. This is my second live tonight. Why? Because I got to hustle. I got some big things going on. I got some big shit in the works, that y'all gonna see soon. So I got things I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ashamed because you have people who try to shame you. Oh, this nigga doing 20 lives asking for donations, or at least a person got the means to do that. Oh, this nigga always live. At least I got the means to do it. You ain't gonna clown me for being an entrepreneur and working for myself and figuring it out. That's the dumbest shit. Yo, this thing, because you have dudes who will brag about selling drugs, but then trying to clown the nigga because he out there selling his CD. Your CD is your work. The nigga was out there selling CDs. He was out there with zip drives, begging people. We always shame people for the dumbest shit. But you proud of a nigga who sold drugs, poisoning his community. But you want to down somebody because he was outside selling thumb drives. He was selling CDs. He's a clown. He was begging people. That's the most asinine shit. So that's why I'm going to be real with you. I just don't listen to a lot of dudes. When dudes be talking, I be like, yo, you too ignorant, or you just lack understanding or the knowledge to even be talking to me because you don't even get it. And 9 times out of 10, when you a real individual, that you got real people to support, starting with yourself, you gonna do what you gotta do. People who live with their mama, live off a girl, or live with the homeboy, who couch surf, who sleep on the floor, who wear basketball shorts for drawers and long johns for drawers, they will not even understand what it's like to be independent and take care of you. They won't even understand. So when people be like, yo, this nigga, you was on there begging for cash apps. Y'all know one time I've never said, hit my cash. I always say the cash app is available and the super chat is available. That's why I do promo, because I can use the platforms that I built and put you in front of people. Shit, if you got 10 clicks, that's 10 more than you already had. That's when you build shit to use as leverage. But don't let nobody clown you when you doing what you gotta do to do what you wanna do, to make you feel like what you doing, what you gotta do is some minuscule bum shit. Cause there's always niggas with white shit in the corner of their mouth. And there's always dudes that don't got shit that talk about what somebody don't got. Think about the hood. The hood is always, who got more money? Who over 50? And I'm like, yo, shit, like, them niggas got more money than me. I don't like talking about people money. I just don't. And with us in our community, It's two things that you don't want to be. And this is the biggest diss. I say this every night if I have to. Niggas don't want to be old and niggas don't want to be broke. So niggas will do everything not to act their age. And you know, acting your age is a little subjective to a certain extent because, you know, age is just doing age appropriate shit. If you act like a little boy and you will crash out and you say stupid shit, that's some immature shit. But dudes will overcompensate with trinkets to show they not broke. And if you spent your money on something that can't make you no more money, then you're gonna go broke. Let's really think about that. Shout out to my bro Fred. Yeah, it is the 19th. Damn. It is Fred's birthday. Yo, Clinton Hill Day used to be the 19th. Remember all the time? But yo, this is what I'm saying. Dudes will buy a trinket to show he getting money. You just spent it. Dudes will buy a whip to show, yo, I got money. Look at my car. All right, so sell that shit back for what you just paid for it. It ain't gonna happen. You know? So this is really for y'all. Don't let nobody shame you. I see dudes all the time doing Uber. I see dudes working Target. And me, I walk around, I miss the encouragement. As long as a person has a little humility, and as long as a person is trying to get it, yo, salute. You said investing in jewelry and you a rapper is an investment. That's what you think? Gold is an investment. Once you put a diamond in the gold, it ain't worth shit. Investing in jewelry and you a rapper is not an investment because said person could come with some bang bang boogie on or some of them lab diamonds and you look like a jackass if you pay $20K for some shit and he paid 4 and he get more attention than you. How do you feel? But how would you spend $20K on jewelry and you got missing teeth and your jibs is fucked up and you live in the projects? That's asinine. Or you buying clothes and you ain't even got no decent soap or a place to wash or a place to rest. You don't got to look like money. Please don't listen to. You got to look like money to get money. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. And whoever's advising you, you got bad leadership. And I hope, I say this with all due respect, I hope you're not the leader of your organization. Because what you're saying is you got a front and have people buy into your front. That shit don't work no more. It's 20. What year you think this is? I'm going to start asking niggas that shit. This is 2026. You think we give a fuck that somebody got a chain on? Or a rental car or a OnlyFans chick? I can't tell you about the music industry. Okay. I can't tell you about the music industry. Let me show you something real quick. I can't tell you about the music industry. And I'm gonna be respectful. You know so much about the music industry that you can only amass 555 people to follow you, and you got over 1,000 videos. Just really look at what you got going on, bro. This is what you represent. So how could I not tell you about the music industry? And I'm not telling you about the music industry, but look at what you got going on. Your page ain't even right. Your avatar is not right. Your content is not right and exact. And you get 10, you saying I can't tell you nothing about the music industry, but you're getting 10 views a video. You don't even know 20 people. So maybe if you listen to somebody who's been doing what you're attempting to do, you can be better at it or at least go up. You got 9 views 5 days ago. Hold on. And let me show you something. You got over 1,000 videos. Your total views since 2024 is 400 and we do that in a month. What you talking about, fam? We do this in a month. And you've been on here for 2 years. So don't say I can't tell you about the music industry. I mean, whatever. Spend your money how you want to. I'm just, spend your money how you want to. Spend your money how you want to. And I'm gonna be real honest with you too. I'm looking at them views. Them views might not even be right and exact. That's just the truth. Because I know how to audit somebody's channel and see what's capped. So we could go to videos and then we could say the most popular video, and the most popular videos ain't even yours. So how do you, all right, so you got 400 something thousand views, right? And the most popular video only has 2.8. And then Cam Capone shit, none of this content is yours. None of this content is yours. None of this content is yours. And when you do put up your stuff, I see your name, you got 120 views 2 months ago. So, with all due respect, come on, man. Come on now. But I guess I can't tell you nothing. I can't tell you nothing. I've been on here for 15 years, and I also got 4 channels. I got channels I don't even use that got more get more views than you. I got channels that I don't even use. It don't matter. But see, I'm glad you said that. You said I've been on here for 15 years, but then you just told me that I can't tell you nothing. And I've been here for 15. So how could somebody who's been doing something for 15 years not tell you nothing? Did that make sense to you? Do that make sense to you? If somebody been doing something for 15 years and then you tell them they can't tell you nothing, come on, man. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. But anyway, I'm not going to make this about you. This is about the people. Yeah, so that's it, y'all. I'm in the YouTube business, not the music business. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you think you know what you're talking about. Because even if I pull up your numbers from Spotify, I bet you that ain't hitting on shit. But I'm glad that you said that too, because tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I have an interview coming out with a guy by the name of Chris Farad. And we're going to teach you everything, or he's going to teach you everything about the music business that you think you know, but you didn't know. And he has a program that can help you structure all of your shit. Tomorrow, the interview drops. This is a perfect segue. The interview is going to drop at noon tomorrow. Please tune in. It's like an hour-long interview. I learned some stuff, and I've been in the music business, the music industry since I was 15, documented. I can show you my records. So when people say, oh, he don't know what he's doing, I'm glad. I'm going to let Chris show and prove. I'm going to let him show and prove because he showed me some shit that I didn't know. He's right in the chat. We have an interview dropping tomorrow. What you need to know about this music industry, because it's an industry within the industry. And when he break it down with this graph and this program he got, it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I had a song playing on the radio in 1992. What are you saying? I had a song playing on the radio in 1992. I was 15. You're not saying nothing, bro. You think I'm a YouTube dude. And that's cool. My blueprint is on a lot of songs that you love. You just don't know it because you think you know me and you don't. But even me, Chris taught me something. So look for that interview to drop tomorrow at noon on Doggie Diamonds TV. Yeah. I'm out of here. Until next time. Listen, Once you see what he demonstrates about the music industry, how it's an industry within the end, it's like 5 industries we talking about now. Look, but you know what's funny? You got a song playing on the radio, but I could call Self and flex in them right now and give them one of my instrumentals and play it tonight if I want to. That's just the truth. I could call them right now, live, and say, I'm sending you something, bro. We're not going to have a pissing contest because it don't make no sense, because whatever you doing, it's all good. I'm not here to try to, and then you mention the niggas that we don't even know. And what is it getting a song played on the radio when you could just pay for that? That don't mean it's good. Let me see your media base and your BDS numbers. Let me see your sound exchange. I bet you your shit ain't even registered right. Anyway, salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. I'm going to get some sleep until tomorrow. I'm going to upload this interview. And that's it. So I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Geda K. That's my bro. Shout out to Bleek. And like I said, they going to get the shit together. But again, let this be a lesson to y'all to do what you got to do for you so you don't have these problems. Because more people going to start calling niggas liars soon. Oh, and by the way, this one of my beats right here. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
You thinking I'm just some YouTube dude? You gonna learn, Trey. Oh, you gonna learn, Trey. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Until next time.